Hello ladies and welcome back to today's lesson. We are going to continue with percentages today, but first of all I would like us to try this question as a starter. It's a recap on a topic that we did before half term and I'd like you to have a go. So, whilst in lockdown I've been making and eating lots of Yorkshire puddings and I found this recipe online, but there's a problem with it. It's only for 4 people, and there are 3 of us in my house. So, can you help me work out how much of each ingredient I will need to get perfect Yorkshire puddings for the 3 of us? The ingredients are here below: 140 grams of plain flour, 4 eggs, and 200 mils of milk. Can you let me know how much of each I need for 3 people? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so here is the solution. Hopefully you worked out that it was a ratio problem. What I did first was write each ingredient as a ratio of the amount to 4. This is the amount of flour, 140 grams, for 4 people. 4 eggs for 4 people. 200 mils of milk for 4 people. Now I need to put this in the form n to 1. This gives us the amount of each ingredient for 1 person. And I can do this by dividing both parts of my ratio by the same number. Here I divided by 4 because there were 4 people, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. If I do the same to the other side, 140 divided by 4, I get 35. So 1 person requires 35 grams of flour. I can do the same for eggs. Divide both sides by 4, 1 egg, 1 person. And for milk, 200 divided by 4 is 50, so 50 mils of milk per person. Now I know how much I need for 1 person, I can multiply that value to tell me how much I need for 3 people. So 35 times 3 is 105. Sorry about the phone. I'm at school, as you can probably tell. 1 times 3 is 3, so 3 eggs for 3 people, and 50 times 3 is 150, so 150 mils of milk for 3 people. So in total, I need 105 grams of flour, 3 eggs, and 150 mils of milk to make my perfect Yorkshire puddings. Let me know how you got on with that question. So today, we are going to look at using mental methods to find percentages of a number. So that means no calculators allowed. So, in order to find the percentage of a number, and any percentage, we need to know 2 things. How to find 1% of a number and how to find 10%. As we remember from last lesson, percentages are out of 100. 1% is 1 out of 100, so to find 1%, we divide the value by 100. So for example, if we wanted to find 1% of 200, we would do 200 divided by 100 to give us 2. So 2 is 1% of 200. To find 10% of a number, we would divide by 10, because it's 10 out of 100, which simplifies to 1 out of 10. We would then divide whatever value we wanted to find the percentage of by 10 to find 10%. For example, 10% of 60 is 60 divided by 10, which gives us 6. Let's have a look at an example. How could we find 30% of 120 using what we know about 1% and 10%? Well, we know that 30% is the same as 3 lots of 10%. So if we find 10% first, by dividing the value by 10, so 120 divided by 10 is 12, and then we can times 12 by 3 to get 3 lots of that 10% to give us our 30% that we wanted. 3 lots of 12 is 36, so 30% of 120 is 36. Let's have a look at another example. How could we find 24% of 150? Here we would need to find 1% and 10%. 24% can be written as 2 lots of 10% and 4 lots of 1%. So let's start off by finding 10% again. 10% of 150 is 15, not 115 as it says there, sorry. And then we would times that by 2 to get 30. That's our 20%. Now let's find the remaining 4%. So we'd find 1% first by dividing by 100. 150 divided by 100 is 1.5. And then we times that 1.5 by 4 to get our 4%, which is 6. Our final step is adding our 20% to our 4%. 30 plus 6 is 36. Now we can just use 1% and 10% to find the percentage of any number. But if we know how to find 5%, 25% and 50%, that will also help. 5% is half of 10%. So to find 5%, we can just find the 10% by dividing by 10 and then dividing by 2. We know that 25% is the same as a quarter. So to find 25%, we can just divide the value by 4. 50% is the same as a half. So if we halved our value, or we divided it by 2, this would give us our 50%. Can you think of any others that you could find in a similar way? What about 75%, for example? Pause the video now and see if you can find any more. And you may want to go back through the video and make some notes on how to find 1%, 10%, 5%, 25% and 50%. So it's there for you to look back on. Now you've made your notes, it's time to have a go at these practice questions here. Pause the video, go through each of the 10 questions, showing your workings carefully. Make sure you have a go at them all. The answers will be coming next, so you can mark your work in green pen. Here are the answers. I've given you the workings for question 1, but just the answers from 1 to 10. Mark your work carefully and let me know how you did. If you're not sure how to get to these answers, pause the video, send me a message, and I'll give you some help. If you're confident, let's move on to the second set of practice questions. Here are our second set. Here, look at the percentage carefully and see if you can find the most efficient way of getting to that percentage. Pause the video and have a go at these questions. Here are the answers to practice questions 2. Mark them in your green pen and again, let me know how you got on or message me for help if you're not sure. Finally, here are some worded questions. These are the most difficult questions. Stop, read the wording carefully, and make sure you write your workings out. These questions will be worth 3 or 4 marks in an exam, so take your time. Once you've had a go at these questions, send me a picture of them and I will mark them for you. Well done today, girls. That's the end of today's lesson. Tomorrow, you'll be doing some work on Heggerty to consolidate this learning. I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.